Mistakenly released murder suspect arrested after a multi-day manhunt. This is Ty Anthony Sage. Show you his picture. He's a murder suspect. And there he is. Very distinct tattoos. Monday, deputies in Oregon accidentally released him from custody. Again, this was not supposed to happen. He had been in custody since May in connection with the death of a 15-year-old. And now officers have spent the remainder of the week on a multi-day manhunt searching for him. Yesterday afternoon, officials announced they got him. He'd been found at a gas station off the highway in Florence, Oregon. Now, this should not have happened, as we said. Multnomah County Sheriff Nicole Morrisey O'Donnell said during a press conference on Wednesday. Ty Anthony Sage, 26-year-old who was facing second-degree murder, first-degree robbery charges, was accidentally released on bail on Monday, the sheriff said. Sage, who was arrested back on May 20th in connection with the death of a 15-year-old Logan Ivy, received an initial release order that was signed on September 17th, which indicated his bail had been set to $5,000, the sheriff said. But according to court documents obtained by ABC News, Sage had actually been denied bail in this case, so a clerical error. Logan's family deserved better. As Multnomah County Sheriff, I am committed to making sure this does not happen again, that we learn from our mistakes, and that Logan's family can have justice, the sheriff said in a statement after Sage's arrest on Thursday. Officials are now conducting a review of the incident to have a full understanding of what occurred. This individual should not have been released, the sheriff said. We hold the ultimate responsibility for a person's release. In this case, we fell short, but we are committed to do everything we can to restore community trust and confidence in our organization. She said the employees involved in Sage's release acted in good faith based on the information that they had at the time. Morrisey O'Donnell said no employees have been placed on leave at this point. Law enforcement partners across the state were previously trying to figure out where Sage went upon his release and where he's located now. Victim's mother, Jody Ramsey, told ABC Portland affiliate KATU that she is on complete edge all the time now since Sage's accidental release. Again, he's been found. Ivy's death is allegedly related to a gun and drug deal between the victim and Sage, according to court documents. I went to his arraignment. I was there for his bail hearing, where he was denied bail, and here I sit wondering what's going to happen next. Victim's mother telling KATU about the suspect. Ivy was allegedly killed on December 4th, 2021. But we know he was killed, and that was the date. According to court documents, Sage pleaded not guilty to both second-degree murder and first-degree robbery charges. Well, it's a horrific story. There's no denying that. It's just horrific. Clerical error. I love to talk about how there's got to be protocols in line and things like this can't happen, and they can't. But guess what? The sheriff stepped up and is saying all of that herself. We're going to review. We're going to backtrack, figure out what happened here. There was obviously a clerical error here. She's not blaming it on some computer system or a cell tower or whatever else that we've covered on Indisputable when leaders don't know how to lead. What do you think about the circumstances?
We hear a lot of lip service being paid oftentimes in America about the kids. Oh, who's going to think of the kids and the children and all the kids? And we can't do that because what about the kids? And, the kids might see a trans person and all the kids. And it's always like the kids and young people, how we're allegedly everything we do is to protect them and care about them or whatever. So it just grinds my gears when somebody's, credibly accused of murdering a 15-year-old
Yeah.
person, that person could somehow slip through the cracks. You would think this case and the handling of it would happen with special care because of the circumstances and who was victimized here. It's just disappointing, man. It really is.
Yeah, it's disappointing. No bail. People say that's how it should be. it's a whole nother conversation how we got to this point where two young men are involved in this kind of situation, and the victim that, is not complicit in any way, you can't say in his own death. Court records reference whatever they reference, but that's just the case. But what do you make of the sheriff, though, at least stepping up and saying they acted on the information that was there? So he got mistakenly released because it said $5,000. I'm looking into all of it. Like, is that enough, or are you a hard stop? You let a potential
Um,
murderer out to harm the public again, and that's all that matters.
I think because nothing happened as far as we know in terms from the police. I mean, from the release, that the person didn't go out and perpetrate more horrible, heinous, violent crimes. I think you can look at it like, all right, this was a systemic failure, and we need to overhaul the system to ensure that this kind of blunder doesn't happen again. I think that's completely okay. But again, some people say, well, that's playing the result. I think in life, we got to play the results.
Okay.
Like when somebody gets a DUI, we don't sentence them as if they got behind the wheel and crashed into somebody and severely injured them or, God forbid, killed them. We give them a DUI. And I think this applies here. Like you did something that could have ended up in tragedy, but it didn't. And I think we need to, go ahead and reform that system.
Yeah. And I got some work to do. I will say this, which probably isn't fair because I get the last word on this one, that some people say that the penalties aren't harsh enough when you get that DUI, which is why too many
This
end
is
up
harsh enough, Sharon. We
unless
go hard on the DUIers,
but
man.
if we went harder, see, I don't know that we do, and I'm not arguing either way. I'm just saying I don't know that we do, because there by the grace of God goes too many everyday people, right? And some people would argue if we'd only go harder, we wouldn't get to the next level on too many
No,
of these cases
I
where
think I
somebody
think if
does
we
get
went
behind the wheel and this time does
if we
commit a
went
homicide.
harder, the people that got caught would be less likely to do it again.
There you go. All right. Then you know what? I'm gonna let you have it. Okay. It's a rare one. You get the point.